so how do I versus? It wouldn't let me. Oh, I was in versus. Duh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play Legacy Blastoise. All right. The run back of the run backs. I just want to beat someone with Blastoise tails. Yeah, can't believe we waited 10 minutes for that. That was ridiculous. He just played the wrong Squirtle. Man, this game, it just does that sometimes. What do you do? You can't do anything about it. I like that deck box, man. That's swag. Oh, it's the Elite Trainer box sleeves. Yep. Okay, so for people that might be watching me for the first time, this is my favorite deck, Blastoise. It's a deck that I took to the World Championships a few years ago. Won some games, lost some games. Came like 82nd. And I'm really glad that Legacy exists because I've got a good reason to just bust it out anytime I want to play it. So this is a pretty good opening. I kind of want a Skylar for Beach. So just like get Keldeo, Ultra Ball, get rid of Ultra Ball, Water Energy, grab Keldeo. Now, seeing as my opponent is playing, so that's an ability Pokemon, that evolves into an ability Pokemon, I think I can get rid of the Tool Scrapper as well. So, Ultra Ball away the Tool Scrapper. Grab another Squirtle. And Skylar. And just grab Beach. I probably could have got rid of the Skylar and End instead, but this'll do. And I'll leave the Squirtle active because it's better if my Keldeo is on full HP if I can help it. So it's 82nd, not 87, but 82nd out of like 200 something. My final score was 4-4 at the end of Swiss. And that's been it for me. Like, I haven't played at Worlds since I got close to qualifying the year after. Okay, this is good. Like, kind of good. So we can set up the Blastoise, but we can't attack this turn. But that's alright, because our opponent's gotten off to a bit of a slow start themselves. So the Skylar and my Ultra Balls a prize. So we're gonna get Dowsing Machine. That's good. We got a backup plan. We got a scheme. Just gonna Dowsing Machine, and we don't need Level Ball anymore, and we'll get rid of Egg, and we'll get Skylar. No. Ultra Ball. Skylar is what we just used, so Ultra Ball. Then we'll get Egg back through propagation. And we'll Ultra Ball, and we'll get rid of Egg and Water Energy. And we'll go Blastoise. So anyway, this is probably my favorite deck ever. In fact, this season, the only... So, I can't be like a top tier Pokemon player all the time, forever. And the last 2 seasons, I really just, like, I've played and I've traveled, but I haven't done very well. And I guess it's because I was traveling more for the social aspect, I guess. Like, that's getting into a plane and flying just to compete. But yeah, I felt like I'd done it once, and that was sort of like my dream. Dream was to qualify and make it and do it. So anyway, in 2014 I top 8'd 2 regionals with Blastoise. I got really close to qualifying that year, but in Australia they raised the championship total that you needed up by 100 points, so I missed out by like 5 points that year, so that was kind of disappointing. What do you win out of curiosity? Playing in Australia, you don't really get much for winning. You get cards, but in America next year there's going to be huge like cash prizes. They're going big with the prizes next season for just playing in the regular events and stuff. For winning Worlds, you get like tons of Pokemon cards. You get a bunch of stuff that like only the winner gets. You get cash. You get a return trip for the next year, so like you get re-invited to compete next year. Things like that. Anyway, that's all like a sidetrack. So the only deck that I did well with this season just passed was a Magnezone deck, and Magnezone plays almost the same as what Blastoise does. So it's just that's just me talking about how much I love this deck. So anyway, we want to propagate, because propagation, so this execute puts itself back into your hand, like with its ability. And what the plan is to discard the egg, and we don't really need beach anymore. So it softens the how many times we need to use that effect. Oh, sorry. It softens discarding, so it's less. Oh shit, that was a mistake. I should have deluged. Anyway, we're going to Chorus because we want to keep all that stuff. Eventually we want to get 2 Blastoise online so we can attack with those instead of Keldeo. Yep, so we're going to Deluge that one to there. That's it for now. Russian. So the temptation here is to Junk Arm, getting back propagation, so execute, get Rare Candy, and then Rare Candy into the Blastoise. I sort of don't want to do it because I just want to see what card I get off the prizes, because all these cards... Yeah. Actually, I will, because I don't know if my opponent will end. But it's one of the things you got to think about, like, maybe I want to keep all those cards, and I don't need the second Blastoise immediately, but you never know, because your opponent might end you. Rare Candy. Evolve. Secret Sword. So that lightning energy looks weird when you look at my board, but the other thing that the Blastoise deck runs is Black Kyurem. So Black Kyurem was really powerful back then because it could just do 200 damage off the bat. It's really good. So our opponent is playing the Weavile deck that I failed massively with just before. Just realised that now. So they run the 1/1 Electrode as well. I have much to learn about the legacy meta. Hey Butterbob. So our opponent's about to have a massive turn. I wouldn't be surprised if this knocks me out. Nope. Okay. That's good. So, can I Junk Arm for anything good? Not really. I can get that water energy back. So I'm just deciding what I want to do. And so what I'm going to do is propagate here. There's nothing else I really need. I've got my 2 Blastoises. I just need a Juniper and draw. I don't want to get rid of the lightning energy because that can help pay for one of these attacks here. So just trying to squeeze out as much energy as I can. We deluge, make sure we deluge because the lightning energy doesn't count for attaching for turn. Attach the lightning. So it only needs 3 of those 4 energies to be water because I want to be able to do 90 damage with Hydro Pump. Juniper. Very nice. So we got a really nice draw there. So just gonna power up this Blastoise. Yep. Gonna start powering up the other Blastoise as well. We're not gonna bother with the Black Kyurem because it's not very efficient for this matchup. Ideally, you want to be knocking out EXs, and like I don't need Black Kyurem to do that in this matchup because the only EX that they have is 90 HP Jirachi. What prizes? Runs the Life Dew as well. Thought you can only use ability power once a turn. That's so. Abilities, some will say you can only use it once. This one specifically says as often as you like during your turn before your attack, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So this one specifically says that you can use it as many times as you like. So this is going pretty well for us. Our opponent might be able to swing the prizes back this turn if he can vilify, which yeah, looks like it will. The thing that we have to worry about is making sure that we've got everything as powered up as we can, because if our opponent plays N after I've taken 3 or 4 prizes, it might leave me with a really dead hand. So, but I can keep the momentum going if everything's powered up. So this is interesting. Our opponent has chosen to confuse me, but what I'm going to do here is actually Skylar. Okay, I have to do it via Junkarm, but I want Ultra Ball, so I'm gonna Skylar for Junkarm, grab the egg, Junkarm, Ultra Ball, and so remember the egg is in there to soften the amount of times I need to discard, so because I can just get it back. Yeah, and something I should explain with execute. So this one is a very, very, very special case. It says once during your turn, if it's in your discard pile, you can put it back into your hand, and you can see I've done it multiple times. The reason why that's allowed by the game is because when execute goes into your hand, it becomes hidden, and when something becomes hidden, when it becomes private knowledge again, it resets that count of once per turn. So the ability on it is actually really redundant. There's almost no situations where that once during your turn would matter. It's really strange, really strange, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna play the energy down. The reason why I went for the Keldeo is so that I could rush in, swap places, and then rush in with this one. So this is another thing where you have to explain once per turn. So even though I use the ability rush in twice, each of these Keldeos gets to use it once, if that makes sense. So, and the reason why I did the rush in twice is because when you go to the bench, you remove special conditions, and I was confused, which means I would have had to flip for this attack, but instead I don't need to. So yep. Really? I guess that's true, but then there'd be very like I know that there's no abilities in format at the moment that make you play with your hand open. Like I know there's ability like stuff in the game that lets you look at your opponent's hand, but there's nothing that keeps it permanently open. If something was in format that kept it permanently open, then that would be correct. Yeah. So my opponent uses execute slightly differently as well. So, well, I mean, he does. Our opponent's using execute to help pay for costs like junk arm, but it also alleviates. Well, so it alleviates costs, but it also is like the main source of food for Vilify. So Vilify, discard as many Pokemon as you like from your hand. This attack does 30 times the number of Pokemon you discard. So you get 4 eggs back and you do 120, or in this case he just does 90 because that's all he needs. Alright, we're gonna put Blastoise active because that's all I need to put active at the moment. And I can just rush in if I choose to. So it's 3 energy in the discard pile. I'm gonna Fisherman just to get the most out of the cards that I've got at the moment. I'm gonna Deluge and just put the energies onto this Keldeo. So I won't need to bench any more Pokemon for the rest of the game, which is good. If he confuses me, I still don't really need to. I can just retreat. So I'm just going to Secret Sword. Take my prize. See, I'm so much better when I play Blastoise. It's the only deck I know. It's the only deck I know how to play. Maybe I'm not very good at deck building. Maybe I need to invest more time into Legacy so I can get a feel for the way decks flow a bit better. Man, we're almost midnight. This stream has gone for a lot longer than I usually do. I got work tomorrow, man. So hey, thanks, man. Let me just type that out. Hope to see you next time. So I should be able to. Ooh, it's a bit scary, but I should be able to close it out with these 2 Blastoises. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Just get rid of those 2. I was a bit lazy. I should have got the execute, but yeah, it's okay. I've got all I need for the rest of the game, so maybe if I can hit Junk Arm. Junk Arm would have been really good then, cause oh no wait. Yeah, so Tool Scrapper would have really helped, but yeah, sad. Yeah, Patanda. Yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I can't remove that tool this turn, but my opponent's got to be hurting now, because so So they're down to this Weavile. If they bench a Sneasel, then they're okay, but... Oh yeah? Just the catcher? Sneaky catcher. Oh man, you can just junk on for life too over and over. I only just remembered that about this format. Man, that's so lame. Oh, dude. No, he's gonna get jump. Oh no. Okay. I thought he's gonna go for life dew again. That's what I would do. Man, I wonder if there's a really broken like life dew combo that you could do that would just work. Probably not. Oh, no way. Wow. Wow, nice. I can't believe that. I got Seeked. Oh, dude. I deserve to lose that game. Wow. That's really good. I guess you gotta... So a lot of the time you play against like really bad decks in Legacy. But like, you get like a player like this. And their deck kind of just has all the answers. And like, I'm not even really thinking too hard about what's still left in deck and things like that. Partly because I'm talking to you guys at the same time, but yeah. Oh, it just goes to